students, I welcome all of you in the another session of transportation engineering. We have discussed that how the traffic volume data can be presented. There are various way of presenting the traffic data. Now in this session we will learn another kind of survey, that is the speed studies. Now the speed on the highways plays an important role, and you have learnt in the highway geometric design that what is the design speed. We have learned that it is the maximum safe speed. Now there are other speeds also that you need to consider, that you need to calculate whenever we are designing a highway, whenever we are employed as a transportation or traffic engineer. So I welcome all of you once again in the another session of transportation engineering. Session, we will cover the topics related to traffic speed studies. Remember the short key we have learned, that is VSF OPAC. V stands for volume, S stands for speed, F stands for flow characteristic study, O stands for origin and destination, P stands for parking, A stands for accident, and C stands for traffic characteristic study, traffic capacity study. Now in this session we will learn about the traffic speed studies. So before going into that topic, I would like to mention that there are four types of speed that we need to calculate, that we need to go through. First is the spot speed, second is about the average speed, third is about the running speed, and fourth is about the travel speed that we need to calculate. So these are the four types of speed that we need to calculate. Let us discuss those things in detail. First of all, the first speed is about the spot speed, means the speed which is present at the spot. That is how you can remember. And the definition is, it is the instantaneous speed of the vehicle at specified section or location of the road stretch. Means if I am standing over here, the speed that will be, means the speed at the instantaneous speed of the vehicle at that specified location or section is known as spot speed. Then comes the average speed. The average speed means it is the average of all spot speeds of all the vehicles passing at the given point of the roadway. Means the average of all spot speeds. Then comes the running speed. Now there is a small difference between running speed and travel speed. What is the difference? We will learn. First is the running speed. Running speed means it is the average speed maintained by the vehicle over a particular stretch of road while the vehicle is in motion. Means the distance travel by time, v is equal to t by t. But the time which is considered during the delay, when sometimes what happens, the vehicle may suffer from breakdown, there is certain emergency stopping, so the time which is consumed during this delay will be excluded. Means the time during which the vehicle is in motion, that will only be considered. So running speed means distance traveled by time taken excluding delay, and whenever we are discussing about the travel speed, then we will consider that time, means the distance covered by time taken including the delay, means total time. Fine. So these are the four type of speed. First is the spot speed, second is the average speed, third is the running speed, and fourth is the travel speed. Instantaneous speed means spot speed, average speed means average speed. If we are excluding the delays, we are subtracting the delays, then that is known as running speed. And if we are including the delays, then it will be considered as the part of travel speed. Now, what are the uses of this spot speed? So they are used to plan the traffic control regulation. You might have read on the road surface while traveling that this is the minimum speed limit, this is the maximum speed limit, overtaking is prohibited. So in order to define this control regulation, spot speed is required. Then to define the highway geometric design, to conduct the accident study, to conduct the traffic capacity study, to conduct the speed trend study, this kind of spot speed studies are required. Now, how to measure these spot speeds? This can be measured by measuring the time required to travel the distance with the help of radar speed meter and photographic method also. Means there are three methods, out of which we will learn about two methods. Let us discuss about the first, that is the measuring of time required to travel the distance. It is done by two methods. First is known as the long base method, and second is known as short base method. In the long base method, the direct timing procedure is considered, and the equipment considered is known as anoscope or pressure contact tube. Anoscope will be used or pressure contact tubes will be used in the long base method. Let us discuss about that. Let us discuss about the anoscope. What happens in the anoscope is it is like that the main objective of this study is to find the spot speed of the vehicle, means instantaneous speed at that moment, at that time, at that section. The manual methods include the use of anoscope. This is the manual method. In this method, the base length of about 30 to 90 meter is marked on the road. Initial and ending point is marked. Anoscope is placed at one end and observer will stand at the another end. Means if this is the starting point of the road, this is the ending point of the road, I will put the anoscope over here, I will stand over here. Now, whenever I am standing over here, I will be able to see the vehicle which is passing the farther end through the anoscope. The anoscope is here. The vehicle is coming from here. I will start the stopwatch when the vehicle crosses the anoscope. Then I will stop the stopwatch when the vehicle travels from my point. Means I will have the time taken for the vehicle for traveling from this point to this point. I have distance, I have time, and then I will be able to calculate the spot speed. So this is the main motto of anoscope. This is how it works. The main disadvantage in this method is that it is too slow in progress and it is difficult to spot out the typical vehicles, and the number of samples observed will be less because the human intervention is there. The person is doing this calculation. So there is also the probability of human error. Now the another method is radar method. The radar method, it is also called as radar speed meter. It works on the principle of Doppler's effect. It looks like this. Radar meters look like this. The speed of the moving body is proportional to the change in the frequency between the radio wave transmitted to the vehicle body and the radio wave received back. This is the theorem of Doppler effect, that the speed of moving body, speed speed is proportional to the change in the frequency. Which frequency? When the wave is transmitted and when the wave is received. Speed is proportional to frequency change. When the frequency is emitted and when it comes back, there will be variation in that frequency. This instrument directly measures the speed and the accuracy of at least plus or minus 1.5 kmph. It is battery operated as I have shown in the figure. It is portable. It is just like the temperature check machine. It can calculate both directional vehicle speed. I just have to put like this and trigger the button and I will be able to know the speed just like it is provided over here. So this is how the radar method works. Now let us discuss about cumulative speed of vehicle. So let us assume that we want to calculate the various kind of speed. So this is the speed range 0 to 10 kmph, 10 to 20 kmph, 20 to 30 and up to 90 to 100. What I will do, I will calculate the mid speed, means I will calculate the mean. 0 plus 10 by 2, 10 plus 20 by 2, 20 plus 30 by 2, 30 plus 40 by 2, and I will get the values as 5, 15, 25, 35 up to 95. Now I will put my count. I have observed that there are 12 vehicles total who are traveling in the speed range of 0 to 10. There are 18 vehicles who are traveling in the range of 10 to 20. 68 vehicles were traveling at the range of 20 to 30. After completion of the speed study data, I will have this data. And at the end, I have the total calculated value as 850. Now, I will convert this frequency into percentage. What I will do this, that if 85 is their total and uh, if 12 vehicles are traveling out of 85, then out of 100 how many will travel? So it will give me the value of this percentage. 85, it is the 3 ratio form. 85 to 12 to 100, how many the value of that? So 85, 850, sorry, 850 into 12 divided by this. So it will be like this, that 12 into 100 by 850. This is the 3 ratio form. Now what I will do, the total count is 850, frequency is 12. So if 12 vehicles are there in 850 count, how many will be there in 100? So I will calculate the percentage and it will be like 1.41. For 18 it will be like 2.12. You can do this by yourself also, and total the percentage is 100. And then I will calculate the cumulative frequency 1.1, 1.1, 1.1 plus 2.12, 3.13, Then 3.13 plus 0 plus 8, 8.13. 8.13 plus 10.47, 12. 12, 22, 22 plus 24, 46, 46 plus 33, 76, 76 plus 14, 90. It will be like this, zigzag movement. And I will get the cumulative speed of the vehicle. And then I will come to the particular plot of a graph that will give me the cumulative speed of vehicle. This vehicle, the speed that I will get at the point of 85 will be like this. It will give me the value of 85th percentile speed, means the speed corresponding to 85 cumulative frequency. Means 85 percentage of the vehicles are passing with this speed. Only 15 percentage of vehicles are there who are exceeding this speed. Means this is the most reliable speed. It is also called as the safe speed limit. You sometimes read on the roadway that this is the maximum speed limit, so it is the 85th percentile speed limit actually, and the remaining 15 is known as minimum speed, and the 98th percentile speed is called as design speed. So 85th percentile speed is called as safe speed limit. You just need to understand this thing. The 15 remaining percentage speed is called as minimum speed. What do you mean by 85th percentile speed? It means that it is the speed below which 85% of the vehicles are passing on the point of the highway, or only 50% of the vehicles are there who are exceeding this limit. So this is about that. So we have learned about these things. Now, in the next session, we will cover the topics related to the modal speed and another speed. Thank you so much. So, in this session, we have learned about the 85th percentile speed, the safe speed limit, the minimum speed limit, and we have learned how the anoscope and radar actually works. Now, in next session, we will cover the another topics. Stay focused, make your notes, prepare the notes. Thank you so much. And you can refer Transportation Engineering by Atul Prakashan by Dr. R.P. Rithalia for this. Thank you.